What is up, everybody? Okay, whoa, that's loud. Hold on, let me just tweak that a little bit. Very professional setup we have here. Anyway, time for Summer 6 nonsense. So speaking of unprofessional sound ear-exploding shenanigans, I finally got a bunch of like soundproof foam to put on my walls and everything. I don't have it up yet because apparently the way they're packaged, they're like condensed and you have to give them 24 hours to 48 hours to like for the foam to return to its normal size. And then I gotta actually install them and everything, but that'll get rid of a lot of the reverb, the echo that you hear when I talk, so hopefully that works out well. Alright, well, I'm assuming you can see Kama's animations today, but I don't actually know. I'm sure we'll find out shortly. We got some of these side missions to do again. I got enough points last night to continue the story here. We like the echo nonsense. That's like some Stockholm Syndrome right there. Although I know everyone does miss the old mic, and the old mic didn't actually have the echo, really, because like the way it picked up the sound. Well, I don't think, I'll see, but I do not think the soundproof foam would prevent the long distance ranting. Like the way I'm setting it up, that shouldn't happen, but we'll see. I don't know why I just skipped. We were kind of scanning through the story just cause, whatever. Yeah, we'll play some Tales of the Day, assuming we have to. Oh, well, there's Kama. Who the hell wants to see the kids stage? Well, I wonder if they let you see the other stages during this or not. It's kind of lame. Everyone has Stockholm Syndrome if you're watching this stream regularly. There may be some truth to that. Well, there's those snake mobs again. Oh, that's a fun gimmick. Just do skill seal right off the bat. Thankfully, George resisted it. Okay, I like the parrot, though. Got one card. Such power. So this is a typical like generic background, but they added all these like lanterns or whatever. It's kind of odd. Still only one card. The deck's gonna get shuffled now, but that means my third hand had all three of them, all three cards in it. I am so tired, dude. I've slept bad 3 nights in a row now, and then I got my shots today, so I feel kind of like crap. So I'm hoping tonight I can sleep like a normal person. Jumbling my words here. Can we get a Brave Chain anytime soon, game? So far these animations are incredibly boring. Is she the 5-star? Because man, so far these animations are boring, although they'll probably have a completely different animation set for the other stages, like for stage 2 and 3. I mean, pretty whatever. Could you guys kill Qingong? No? Alright, let's see if she's single target or AoE. I bet you she's AoE. Well, she can charm anything. It's an AoE charm too. I wonder if it's RNG or if it's guaranteed. 100% at max? That's quite strong. That was pretty lame. Like, that didn't... I'm unimpressed. Again, I have a feeling there's going to be a different NP animation for stage 3. But that was pretty lame. I don't know, I'm not normally much of a fan of summer servants anyway, but it's not even that. It's just the effort put into them this year hasn't... Like, Say's NP is so low effort. It's crazy low effort. And a lot of them have been like that for the summer event. Like, Blackbeard's normal attacks have been about the best thing. Like Charlotte's NP is super lazy. Like, in the curtain is the only good part about the whole thing. Yeah, I don't know. I think DW's been really behind on stuff. They're just phoning it in right now. I'm hoping that's because of their leadership shaking up and all that, and they're just, you know, getting reorganized right now. But it's kind of a shame, some of this stuff, because they're going to be like this permanently. I don't see any of these servants ever getting an animation update, so... Why is Ishtar here? Oh, there's Calamity Jane. They always outsource the NP animations. They've done that from the beginning. It's not clear how they do normal attack animations, though. I wonder if they're going to let you use one of the other comma stages, or if it's just going to be stage 1. I do wonder if we're going to have a Saber Wars 3, because they did the Say thing, and then Calamity Jane's here and everything, so they might be doing Saber Wars 3. With how unpopular 2 was, I wasn't sure they would do it. I hate when they have pop-ups every like 7 seconds. Let me guess, you have to pick the right one, but I can't read Moonrun, so we're guessing. Did I get it first try? I guess so. Either that or you fail and you have to fight something instead. Well, we'll use comma one more time because we didn't really see a lot of animations there. Out of all the servants, I'm probably the least interested in comma though, or Da Vinci actually. Don't really like any version of Da Vinci, let alone the kid one. I was rather lucky. Anastasia's okay. I don't mind Anastasia and like Charlotte. I don't know why I killed the shark first, that's just mean. Looks like the dot's gonna get more done than the mobs for Qingong. It's actually good though. There's only 2 mobs here. Oh, I just cleansed the poison! No, what have I done? Okay, we're gonna die anyway. Feels good. How big's our battery? Rank 8. Oh my god. That much at rank 8? Okay. Dude, they're so boring now. Like the game just, they give everyone massive batteries now. It's like every time they make a new unit and they want to make sure it's good or popular, they just slap a massive battery on it all the time. Ugh. The meta of this game has gotten really dumb. Space Ishtar 2, yeah, kinda. That is super underwhelming though for a 5-star, like the NP animation. I have a feeling they're not gonna let us see the animations of regular comma until she's actually released. Okay, that's enough comma. I can only handle so much. Let's get the main story over with, though. He's actually dropped things sometimes. Or will you say again? Skateboard, let's go. Huh. Well, they have so little health, this isn't a real boss fight, let's be honest. Ends in 7 turns? It's kind of silly. Alright, well let's bonk Calamity Jane first because she's got 3 tick NP. What is that animation, dude? Oh yeah, we're an event servant, and she has the event CE. She has so much bonus damage right now. You can breathe on them and they explode. Guarded the crit down. She has some of the better normal animations though from this event in terms of effort. Just her NP that's kind of phoned in. Also, they should have animated the skateboard. It would take so little effort to do that. I'm really surprised they made it CG. Wow, she's already dead! What? Well, no NP for us. She can get the 130% crit, that's not bad. Especially for on a berserker, easy to smack some things. She's got a decent toolkit, I think she'll be fine. So say, with you changing your name, right, I'm reminded, there's someone I knew when I was young, and he was like, kind of a stick in the mud. And I remember, he's like an uncle that I don't know very well, right, like, I don't really get along with my extended family. But someone, like this girl had gotten like a nose piercing, and I remember he was all like, you know, she's just ruined her face, right? He was like going on about like how, you know, she like bastardized her face. And I'm reminded of that when I see your name in chat now, how you got rid of the capital letters and everything. And you're stuck with it like that. Oh no! I have no idea what's going on in the story right now. Surprised at how little Achilles has been in this story, considering he's the 5-star for the guys. What was that? Why was there a, like, mural of Sei? That's probably Space Sei, I'm guessing. Don't skip the part coming up? Okay. So is that, because that was a picture of regular Sei, and I think they're using regular Sei to represent Space Sei. So is that what that is? I really do think this event is going to lightly connect to Summer or Saber Wars 3. Then, like, I mean, who knows? But it seems like it. That'd be interesting if one of the comma stages was the male one, but they're not going to do that. I'm hoping we get some Martha in this event though because of the dragon. So am I still supposed to not be skipping? Because this is a whole lot of nothing right now. Well, they're still alive. This music is so unfitting for the summer event. Okay, well, nothing really happened there. I've been debated. I swear, are we just gonna hit the time gate now? Like, just like that? Yep. Oh my god. How is that's so stupid. We get like to do nothing every day, and then all the stages are a joke. Like, there's no, I mean, even if you were a day one account, this content is a joke. Like, the story supports can one-shot the enemies with a normal card. The story supports. Like, boy, that's exciting. Really riveting gameplay. Oh, hey, I got a command code. I'll take one of those. Okay, well, we don't really need to show off the summer units right now because we did that plenty yesterday, so we'll just mess about. Oh, here we go. We'll do the show off the Veil costume. I don't think I've actually seen that in gameplay yet. So I haven't seen anybody do Achilles with 1 to 3 stars, but I didn't think that was going to happen. Like, that's fight. I really stand by what I said a few days ago, where it's not that hard to cheese Achilles with 5-star stuff. Like, it really isn't. It's actually easier to do that than Fluffy, like the Fluffy fight. But I think the Achilles fight so disproportionately affects 1 to 3 stars that I'm not sure it's really possible with straight 1 to 3 stars. I don't know, maybe with good luck and things like that, but I don't know, it doesn't really seem like it. But yeah, if you use Gajuna or Hijikata, Kualter, stuff like that, you can beat the stage relatively smoothly. There's some bullshit in it, but it's not that bad. But I'm not sure it's even possible with 1 to 3 stars. Where Fluffy is like, it is more doable with budget stuff, but it's harder to figure out, be it budget or not budget. Like, you can obviously beat Fluffy with a bunch of 5 stars, but it actually takes more effort to figure it out than it would take to beat Achilles with a bunch of 5 stars. Yeah, I'm not gonna smack this because I want to make sure it lives. Merlin is really good there as always. And I don't know why I brought a caster to an assassin node. That's not really working out. I'd say that this is her best stage in my opinion. The space one is just weird, and then the third one is just FBI. Alright, let's see the looping. So she has no event bonus, nothing fancy here. I don't know why I bothered to cast that. These don't have enough health for it to matter. Yeah, I played Tales of Arise just a little bit last night and I enjoyed it. Like, the story is a bit whack. I mean, come on, the first dungeon, you literally go off and do this crazy side quest because she needs clothes, and she didn't want to wear the clothes there, so you go, like, that's, what? Like, it's so dumb. But the gameplay is totally fine, and when, you know, all the exposition dumps are pretty bad, but as the game goes on, it'll probably get better with that kind of stuff, so we'll see. Yeah, you can get a lot done with the Dragon Lolly with just using her first 2 skills and ignoring her 3rd skill, so it's no problem. This stupid dog didn't even attack. I'm trying to get Shin Gong killed here, game. With a fashion green, I know, right? Well, I think Qingong's gonna live. I haven't used her a lot though in like proper boss killing. We need to do that. Like maybe we even do some setups against Lobo and Richard and stuff like. Well, not Richard, that won't work. But just to see how she does, especially if you don't use her third skill until like right at the very end or something like that. It should be totally fine. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but I'd like to mess around with that at some point. This guy couldn't have hit Qingong. Alright, well, I guess now's the time. Although, honestly, I could just do my normal attacks. But we'll just do the NP because... There's no world where Enkidu is dead because of her. They're not even that similar, to be honest. But that's silly. Like, Enkidu has so much more survivability and the anti-debuff, and his niche against foreigners and all that, and then the anti-divinity. Like, there's no world where Enkidu is so busted still. Yeah, I think overall Enkidu is the best single target Lancer in the game for just, he's not always the best if you want a 3-turn or something, but in terms of just pound to pound value, the total value offers the team, who helps you the most for just winning, for God's sakes. I think he is the best one. I've seen people that want Enkidu to get a 50% battery. That would be so outrageous. That'd be so outrageous. I'm so sick of all the battery spam in this game. Like, they just gave one to Ilya, and Ilya didn't need it at all, because Ilya already loops just fine. Like, it's not hard to get Ilya, like, yeah, she doesn't loop where like, oh, I did my NP, and I just get my NP back, but that's no standard for gameplay, or it shouldn't be anyway. Like, Ilya has never had a problem repeat NPing, and then now she has a 50% battery, so now it's just like, what the fuck, right? That's nonsense. Remember when Billy the Kid was special for having a 50% battery? Remember those days? And he has no other effect, right? He just gets the 50% battery. It doesn't come with anything else. Oh, this has story to it. Oh, well, there's Space Say. Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna see some... that face. That's my reaction to the space events, by the way. But, yeah, I think Saber Wars 3 is probably gonna happen. Ricky has not been in this event much. Okay, preset team. I'll do this in case there's debuffs. It's probably not gonna matter though. I wish when they do fights like this, you could at least make it like a handcrafted challenge, but generally not. And now, thank you for the 8-month resub, excuse me. Thank you, dude, I appreciate it. Just 6 enemies. What is that voice acting? Oh my. This seems like such a waste of time gameplay wise. I hate stages like this where it's just literally a time waster. Like, there's no, you couldn't possibly lose. There's no value in playing well. But that dragon breath though. Did you do 24k? Nope. I wanted to get the overkill on the other guy. I feel like Anastasia was pretty well received though by the player base. Yeah, I think we'll kill everything. Yep. Oh, Achilles. I think this quest is just like a bonus side story is what it seems like. Because it's not part of the main story. Well, that dude, more space stuff. Yeah, they're gonna do something with that later. Well, we'll probably get that other gunslinger. I hope. Just please let them use a regular gun. Can we stop with the space lasers? Like, just use bullets. And then if Billy could get an animation update, that would be really good. Honestly, they probably will do Saber Wars 3 instead of Halloween. Although, I don't know, that wasn't that well received when he did it last time, so maybe they'll make the timing different. I'm so glad Achilles was designed a long time ago, back in APOC. So he's just anime Achilles. He's not anime space mecha Achilles. Try to do another stage. I like how they bring Blackbeard in case someone dies, but there's no way someone would die. And then you're not allowed to switch the team order, so... So this is a this is so silly. So this is the 5-star CE, but it has no rarity and it has no stats. It has 0 attack and 0 health, and it has no rarity. So it's the knockoff, like rip-off version of the Craft Essence. Can we just get sane Hercules in general? Okay, it's got a break bar. Maybe someone will die. We'll see. No mystic code. Alrighty. Probably does buff removal, because these things are asshats like that. Yep, he just tried to do buff removal. That's why I didn't cast anything. I can still wait. I swear, all you see when a team setting for her is doing the King K. Rool attack over and over again. Because a lot of times you're only going to do one attack per unit, and Buster's like the most likely thing you're going to do with her, so it's that animation over and over again. Really no point in doing the attack up. Surely she's gonna do 63k, right? She has double event bonus. Oh my god. Honestly, that NP looks better in fast mode because it's harder to tell how static the image is. Oh, come on! Game! Let me fight that for real, but with my own units, right? And then you can make that as side content. If you bring a story support, then you can give you like some stupid gimmick that lets you beat it easy, right? Why not? That'd be a great time to test a unit out. We were just saying we wanted to use Dragon Lolly against something, right? God damn it, that is not what that dragon looked like, game. Lazy. I don't know why it's become so standard in FGO to not get to actually play anything. It's just, it's so lame. Oh, hi, Mitch X. What was that? Cairo told me about that. It's probably her stage 3. That was the one we shouldn't have skipped. Actually, it's not over yet. Stage 2? Yeah, I guess it could be. She has like a giant hammer that has emo on it for some reason. I hope Canis's other stages are good, because the one she has right now is super boring and whatever. I don't expect a lot out of Summer Servants though. Moon! One of these days they're gonna remember that they have a bunch of lore with the moon, by the way. Yeah, it says emo. Technically that's not wrong, because everyone thinks emo means goth, but it doesn't. It means emotional, and Say is super emotional, so it's technically accurate. Okay, we got another free quest. This one's level 60. Oh, look out. So powerful. Alright, I got one of these. We got the other curse command code. That's quite nice for a couple of units. Okay, you actually use your own units for once. Let me just summon George. If I can find one. Whoa, was that a Grailed? No, he's not Grailed. But I also that Blackbeard. Oh, come on. Everyone gets 3 slots now, and no one slots George. God damn it, people. Let me see here. There we go. It's the wrong type, but it's good enough. Although he's gonna now. Actually, I need to find a regular one because these enemies are such wusses that they can barely kill a taunt wall, and the extra health on Kimlon. Like if you're fighting a real big bad boss, it doesn't matter, right? Okay, you know what? We'll go with that. Although that might have health stat on it. I don't actually know. No, it's attack. Okay. Anyway, when the mobs are this weak, the extra health can easily result in the unit not dying. But if it's a big bad boss, then it won't matter and they'll die either way. So, Kimlon is really good to have, but for this kind of shit, is kind of annoying. You know what? Let's get some Percival action in here. I doubt these stages drop anything, but just in case. Dude, I got Percival to 10, 10, 10 and all that, and I've barely gotten to use them because there's no content in this game. And he's a really cool unit because he provides you with a lot of different like options. He can be used as a straight AoE farmer, he can be used as a tank, he can be used as a hybrid, like or he can even be used to make someone else tanky, kind of like how Fuma can cycle in, protect that key DPS with the targeted evade, right? If you want to choose him quickly like that, for like a boss that does insane damage and kills someone every turn, that kind of stuff, you can use him that way too. Like just so many options, that's really good. Don't be greedy. Ugh. There's some kind of debuff. Like HP down every turn. Well, that'll help my... Nice hand, by the way. I was gonna say, though, it'll help me get rid of my taunt walls. That does so little damage. Why does that gimmick even exist? That will never result in anything. That's so ridiculous. Like, that does... Look how little damage that does to a level 1. What a joke. That's just wasting your time having to watch the animation every turn. And yeah, Percival has a 3-turn taunt. He has a 3-turn taunt. He has healing for the lowest health person on your team when he NPs. Then he has a targeted heal with invulnerability for a full turn. And he has NP damage up for the whole turn and art up for himself for 3 turns and stuff like that. He's really good. And battery for himself. Only 20%, but that's kind of good because, as I was just saying, I'm tired of him just slapping massive batteries on everyone. Look at this guy. That Tesla guy, this is his second support list. That man is so dedicated. Because I remember his other list was completely aimed at that kind of thing. Look at this. I love the level 1 Vinch with Poster Girl. It's so good. Hi, Cairo. But like that I love that so much. It's fantastic. I would like some command codes. Look at we're just critting with everything. So if we had command codes to have more Stargen, I want to see how much we would have made here. So you could pretty easily get to 25. That's not bad for the deck that he has. If you can make 25 stars, I think that's good. So there's a lot of units that get way more value out of the heal boost command code than normal, and Percival is definitely one of those because he has a heal on his NP that has no cooldown, so you can theoretically just use it over and over again, and it heals every time. And then he also has a heal skill. So if you want to be like a Percival main, right? Use Percival for everything ever. Shit, I shouldn't have attacked so much. I didn't want to kill that guy. Oh yeah, and he has Piercing Vulnerability. I totally forgot about that. Good unit, by the way. Like, the Piercing Vulnerability in the right context is going to be really helpful in some challenge quests and stuff out there, I suspect. But yeah, I could have healed for way more right there if I had the command code. The only... I've actually noticed this is a legitimate con for Percival. Now, the reason this has been noticeable to me is because we only could use him in Lost Belt 6. And Lost Belt 6 had some pretty hard boss fights in it in terms of their damage output. But Percival's total health is not that high. Like, it's high enough for like a typical 4-star, but it's not so good for a tank. He has a 3-turn taunt and no defense up. George has a giant damage mitigation because of the defense up. Percival doesn't do that. He just takes the straight damage. And because his default health stat at level 80 is not really that impressive, it can be an issue. It can make him get 1-turned a lot easier than other tanks. Like, Percival is more likely to get 1-turned than George, like very much so. And the thing is, you might say, oh, use your invulnerability. You don't want to use his invulnerability on turn 1 because he'll have full health and you'll waste the heal, right? Ideally, you want to taunt, take a hit, and then heal up, use invulnerability, then take another hit, and then maybe use your NP, heal again, right? That's kind of what you want to have happen, which isn't too hard to accomplish, but when the boss is hit super hard, like Morgan or Fluffy, things like that, it's actually really easy for him to just get 1-turned. So that's one reason I kind of want to grail him to 90, because a lot of times what happens with him is he just barely dies, like just barely. Like even against Fluffy, sometimes he would just barely get 1-turned. So if you can just get a little bit more health, he'll be a bit more stable. But for a lot of boss fights, it won't matter. Just grail to 120, I mean, that would work. And clearly there's no drawback there. You just you know, snap your fingers and get a 120 Percival, no problem. Let's see if I can get my NP here. He actually is a very effective unit at 120 in my opinion because he does more than one thing. Because that helps your farming. If you have 120 Percival, that's good for farming. If you're doing challenge quests, he does good damage still, just like for farming, but then he's also a better tank. So he actually is a good investment. We almost... Remember what I just said? Like, what did I just say? Like, we almost got 1-turned right there. And by the way, 98%, which is kind of annoying because I could double heal if that hadn't happened. And yeah, they crit, but this is a bitch stage. Like, it's not a real fight. If I had the heal boost command code, though, I could already be at a good chunk of health right now, and then I could use the heal command code again, and then use my MP, and I'd be pretty much back to full health. So, very good on him. I'm intentionally not killing the enemies there, because I'm trying to see my refund. Berserkers give you less NP when you attack them, but we'll get some overkill. And if he does well in like worst case scenario, still good in general. Yeah, his refund's pretty good. I've used it for like regular farming, so this should be fine. I've used him with Hohenheim some. That was a pretty nice combo. I did like a stage where Hohenheim could clear wave 1 with his NP. And I was able to double NP with Percival the next 2, no problem. So it's kind of cool. People are always debating about Fionn versus Melt. But honestly, Percival is really good for like that farming AoE role now too. I think all three of them are really good though. I do think though between Fionn and Melt, I think Fionn's a bit better. It's very close though. It's very, very close. The difference is so minor, I think, that like, how do I put this? It's like the odds are the difference between Fionn and Melt won't be the make or break if you win or lose. It's very unlikely for that to be the case. Outside of very specific circumstances where you need the taunt on Fionn, because there are some fights where taunt is huge. But if taunt is that big, then it's not that likely that the AoE Art Lancer was the important part anyway, right? If that's the make or break thing, then their whole class is probably not the issue. But I do think Fionn's a little bit better, and it really comes down to the fact that they're both able to loop, they're both able to do good damage, they both have hard survival, but Melt does undeniably have negative support, right? She nerfs the teammates, where Fionn buffs himself and his teammates, and I think overall it makes them a little bit better, but it's so, like, it barely matters. It's almost their NP rank is more important. And then Percival is kind of hard to compare because Fionn and Melt are super similar. Like, I mean, they're just incredibly similar in their function on a team. Where Percival can be similar to them if you want him to be, but he also has the ability to just do a bunch of other stuff that has nothing to do with what they do, really. I guess if he has more in common, though, with Fionn, just because Fionn has Taunt and Evade, and Percival has a 3-turn Taunt, though. I don't know, I have a feeling, I'll have to do some testing, but I have a feeling between the three of them, at least in my view, the way I, like, prioritize things, I think I'm going to see Percival as the most useful, I suspect. Just because he is so solid for just typical AoE Lancer stuff, and he can tank like Fionn can, but then he can also give the invulnerability to somebody else. That being flexible is so good, because it allows you again, you can use Percival like you would use Fuma, right, as a drive-by, save someone else type unit, right? That's a good option to have. Not always needed, but you can do it. And if you don't need it, you can still use it as personal survivability, right? Having options like that is very powerful. I don't see a lot of reasons to, though, compare Percival to Dion, because although they do have both 3-turn taunts, the rest of what they do is pretty different. You know, Dion's best comparison is definitely George. I mean, and they're worth comparing to an extent, because Dion, George, and Percival all have 3-turn taunts, and 3-turn taunts are very rare and very impactful, so it's not useless to compare them, but like really I think what kind of puts Dion out of a job is just the existence of St. George, and St. George being so much easier to get, and having lower team cost, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, this is a farming stage. We'll take it at least somewhat seriously here. Oh, that's Explorer. I'll do the old boring tried and true and see what the stage is. I don't know what they drop. Yeah, if there's ever, I will say, if there's ever a Lancer boss that's like equivalent to Mothman or Assassin Lee or even Fluffy, something scary like that, Morgan, right? If you ever, especially like the difficulty that Morgan was, if that was ever just a straight Lancer boss, Dion would be very good for that. But that hasn't really happened. The few Lancer bosses I can think of that have been really nasty are normally challenge quests, not main story. And they're, off the top of my head, most of them have been AoE. Like Leonidas and Guildfest right now, that's AoE. Trying to think, what are other some nasty Lancer challenge quests? Let me think. I'm going through like a lot of like the, you know, 5 stars they've added to the game, but a lot of times when they've added 5 stars to the game, they ended up not being in the challenge quest. That's weird. I can't really think. I can think of Riders. I can think of Assassins. Yeah, Romulus, but in Guildfest as well, but that's also AoE. There's a few. I can think of a few Night class bosses. I can think of some. Yeah, Poseidon Core. That's a decent one. It's not quite. I wouldn't say that's quite on par with like Fluffy and Morgan and stuff like that, but it's a harder fight than I think people give it credit for. It's not bad. I think Fuyuki Salter is really easy. It's just really boring. I don't think that's even a remotely hard challenge quest. But for night classes in general, I mean, you have Sitting Master, so I can think of plenty of stuff for other classes. And I can think of some nasty archers. Not a whole bunch, but I can think of a few. That is weird, though, because you have bosses like Odysseus, the White Day challenge quest, just a straight... Oh, he kind of turns into a ruler at the end, but overall, he, you know, what... Things like counter riders are very good there. Like even at the end when he's a semi-ruler, Assassin is still the best because they take the least damage from him. And you've got Bull of Heaven, right? I can think of quite a few for the other classes. That's odd that they've never had like just the big bad Lance fight. And even going back to Camelot, you had Gwaine and Mordred, but those are sabers, not lancers. You know, then you have the Lancer Artoria fight, which is the Lancer one, but that's not really that hard of a fight. Lancer Artoria is easier than Gwaine and Tristan and all that, like easily. She's the easiest major boss in that whole Singularity for the most part. Canis is a decent boss at the end of Lost Belt 5. It's really easy to overlook her just because you fight her after Zeus. So she's certainly not as hard as Zeus. If you can beat Zeus, you can beat Canis. But Canis is a okay boss. It's almost Sitting Master tier. I would say Sitting Master and Shimosa is harder though. She's almost at that point though. I hope that changes though, because a lot of my favorite classes are night classes. And when I think about it, most of the times that my night classes have really shined, it's when you have to fight at neutral, or at least if you're doing budget stuff, you don't have access to the proper counter classes, and you can't really afford to do a Berserker. That's frequently when my night classes have shined. Like I've used, or AoE fights like Summer 3's challenge quest, where you fight a bunch of different bosses. A lot of times budget has to approach that in a more single target way, so you use like, you know, Bedivere to knock out a Lancer or something like that. But yeah, I can't think of a lot of bosses where it's just a big bad single class for Lancer. I can go for Saber and Archer. I like how I'm 3-turning, at least most likely, and I'm just taking forever to do my turns. Yeah, it's really weird that Rongo Bongo was so easy. I've always hoped that they would do a New Game Plus or something, and then they would really spruce her up more than the other bosses. Like, you could just give Gwaine more health, make him the anniversary version of the fight, right? Stuff like that, and it would be fine. But she would need quite a bit of extra oomph. Actually, what I would do if I did a New Game Plus or a challenge mode of Camelot is I would give Gwaine more health, but I would give him 2 health bars. I'd make sure the 2 health bars total more health than he had originally, and probably around what you saw in the anniversary fight, maybe a little more. But then I would just give him at least 2 health bars, maybe 3, and then have each health bar. I would have a gimmick happen, but nothing too crazy. You know, he's already strong arming you pretty hard, and that's kind of the point of the fight. So you could just do, you know, really basic stuff like clears his debuffs when you know, and that kind of counters the charm thing. and you could do maybe like something a little bigger at the very end for the final health bar. But really, all Gwaine needs is just more health to keep it interesting. Honestly, 1 million HP Gwaine it'd be possible. Like, the thing is, Gwaine basically gets more health per point of health that you give him because of the way his damage resistance thing works. So a million HP Gwaine is actually more than a million HP, if it makes any sense. Yeah, I would not give him quick charge on break bar. That's like the worst gimmick ever. Let's see, what would I do for Tristan? That's a really weird boss fight with the whole reversal thing, and he gets his MP very quickly. What would you, I mean, you could, again, just give him health bars, give him more health. I don't know, I think for Camelot, you still want them to be easier. You don't, Camelot, and like, when you first get there, it's hard because your account is weaker relative to it. But you don't need to make Camelot like as hard as Fluffy, right? You don't need to do that, especially if you're gonna do challenge mode for Fluffy. You gotta pace yourself, right? You gotta give yourself room to escalate the difficulty. So I wouldn't go too ham on Camelot, to be honest. You could do Skill Seal or something like that. Perma Sure Hit, that wouldn't be so bad. That's actually kind of interesting. That's mostly what you deal with anyway. Alright, what dropped here? I'm assuming it mostly drops mugs, because there was already one to drop like the swords earlier. I didn't pay attention though. Okay, we don't really need to do 3 turning. Well, wait. Yeah, I don't have a CE to boost that drop actually. I've only got the bronze mat, so I can't super min-max my farming here anyway. Well, I might as well 3 turn it then. I could probably buy another one of those CEs. But Rongo Bongo, that giving her a health bar would really help. Oh, we have more of these. I'm trying to think, what would you do gimmick-wise for her? I mean, there's always basic stuff, like, you give her a permanent crit up, you could give her, you know, quick charge at the end of the turn, like how Kingu had. You could do, you know, damage resist, you could do defense up, you could do, you know, defense down to your opponent. You have all kinds of options like that. But, like, for a lot of the older fights, you know, I don't think you need to overcomplicate them, and it's fine to just give them some straight value, right? You can do the more complicated stuff for the fights that come later, right? Like, I don't think you need to turn Camelot into something that, you know, it wasn't. Okay, I actually don't have the mat I need to buy any more of this CE. Feels bad. Let's do these that are coins. Super Canis right there. Look at that. Okay. There we go. Although, you know what? I want to get Bond on Ku. Nothing like Spartacus and Ku, right? That's a tried and true combo right there. And you know what? Qingong, because I want Qingong Bond as well. Look at this team. We're gonna do great. The back row won't matter at all. I'm not trying to 3-turn, I just want to mess around with the characters, so. Can we get a animation update for Beowulf and Tesla and Billy and Darius? I feel like a lot of my favorite characters that have been in the game for a long time are some of the slowest to get animation updates. Oh, Hans. That's a unit I keep wanting to get Bond with that I just never get Bond with. I don't have him Bond 10 on any account. It's crazy. But I've got him like pretty high Bond. I actually think his Bond is the lowest on my main account. Like on a lot of my other accounts, he's like Bond 8 and stuff. Where on my main account, for some reason, he's only Bond 6. He's almost Bond 7, but still. Yes, Sanson could use some help. You know what? If we're gonna dick around for Bond, might as well do this. Iroh would be ashamed. Where are my Bond CEs? Damn. I swear I clicked it there. Like, I saw it and I clicked it, but it didn't register. Game, please. I am ashamed. Yeah, I figured. Where is my... I need to level up my bond CEs so it doesn't take me so long to find them. This is super obnoxious. They're just so useless to level, though. They don't do anything. There it is. Do I need to level any mystic codes? This is so not good. Also, we look like such a tool. Yeah, I don't really have any mystic codes that I need to level. I guess kinda this one. Every once in a while the battery is good. And then if you heal for more, great. That is such a rarely used mystic code though. So, Gambler, I like the gameplay a lot, and I'm not very far, but it has a lot of potential, so I'm really looking forward to the boss fights. And I like the art design and all that just fine. So far the story's been kind of dumb, but I'm not that far into it, but it's been a lot of exposition dumps. And then you have... that was so ridiculous when you go off and like endanger your life and waste a lot of time to get clothes for the female lead because she doesn't want to use the clothes that are there. Like that was so unbelievable. Like I didn't buy that those characters would have done that. That felt so silly. They should have had you go off to that dungeon to get equipment for the resistance. That would have made way more sense. And she gets the clothes while she's there, right? Like that was just so dumb. Like that was incredibly dumb. But yeah, a lot of the story I've been kind of whatever on so far, but I'm so early on that it doesn't really matter. We'll see how it... Okay, you know, we gotta do quick first here, obviously. That's not the art card, but it's still good. Yeah, most Tales games have really never had that great of stories. They're more of excuses to show off the characters. A lot like Fate, to be honest. Oh, here we go. There's the art card. We gotta slow-mo that. Somebody put this man on a team with Blackbeard. Dude, if you have them on the same team and they both get their cards at the same time, you could have Spartacus do his art card and then Blackbeard do his quick card. We need to do that. That'll be great. Okay, you know what? Let's see if Ku can run it back. I think you all know what I'm talking about. Let's see, do I need to do... I have no damage up for Shenggong, but it should be fine. Yeah, they have a defense up, so we'll see. I have no command codes on Ku. What is this nonsense? Jason has the running away animation. Oh shit, he didn't kill the metal one. Still fine. Can Ku survive? Watch this big heal. Oh man. Oh, he still has all 3 hits of PFA. And then we can taunt. Yeah, I think he's fine. Also, we have armor ignore on Spartacus. You know, Spartacus probably could have ran back getting Chin Gonged because he also has guts better because he could instantly heal himself with his skill and then heal himself again with his MP. Wait, did he just kill them all? Yeah, he just killed them all. Okay. By the way, no event bonus, no event CE. That was just vanilla Spartacus. And although we had Chin Gong, we didn't have any damage from the Mystic Code or anything like that. Oh, I had no idea that this stage would drop all that QP. Could have brought bonuses for that. Spartacus really does scale well at 100. Quite nice. So Berseria, I think, has a very good cast. It's one of my favorite casts, and it's just so unique. Like, it's a very unique Tales game. You don't play like a typical band of heroes at all. So I really enjoy that. So I think the story's pretty good. I think it's better than a lot of the story in a lot of the Tales games. It's still pretty character-driven, but it's a better story than normal. So character's good, story good. The combat is a little brain dead. I mean, there's some fun to be had, and there's some fun combos you can put together, but it's very easy. The skill floor is unbelievably low, right? It's unbelievably low, and it's kind of dull because of that. So I don't feel it has like great boss battles that are that engaging or interesting, but I do enjoy Berseria just because the cast and music and all that was so good. And there is some fun to be had in the gameplay. I don't think it's like a total snooze fest, but if I was going to rate all the Tales games on gameplay alone, it would be kind of low on my list. I don't need these at all. Like, I in no world do I need any of these. Who the hell needs gold mats, man? The only time gold mats are needed is when they're first added into the game, because you haven't built up a stockpile yet. But the ratio of that you obtain them versus you need them is just so much better than silver and bronze mats. I don't really need these either, dude. I guess the new mat of the ball of yarn or whatever is kind of good. Oh hey, we got a Virtuous CE. That's nice. $25 of these, damn. So I don't need these much, but I do need bones. Everyone needs bones, but I don't. The other stuff I'm doing okay on. Like bullets, I'm a little low on, but I've already leveled just about everything that needs bullets. So like I've leveled a lot of stuff that uses bullets. So even though I don't have that many, it's actually not that bad. I kind of wonder if they're gonna force you to use Da Vinci at some point in this event, so it's actually smart to level her. We'll see. I'm not gonna level her if I don't have to. It's kind of like a lottery. It's not as good. You don't get skill gems and that kind of stuff. Honestly, it's not even half as good as a lottery when you think about it. You get bronze mats faster than you would get them in a lottery, though. Like, you absolutely get more bronze mats, but you get way less of the other stuff. And let's be honest, the skill gems is what people really want. Like, I mean, bronze mats are really important too, but skill gems are such a big deal. However, it is more like a lottery in terms of the RNG. That's true. I have 0 caster gold gems. I have 2 Lancer gold gems right now. Not great. What are we doing right now? Oh, so is that a surfboard? Watch her use a surfboard as a shield. That'd actually be kind of funny. All the reasons why units are summer is stupid. It's always stupid. It's normally just like their Saint graph is temporarily altered for some horseshit reason. Well, they still exist. Wasn't really expecting to see Edmund here. Did Edmund just materialize and then instantly dematerialize? That's a pretty Edmund thing to do. And they haven't used Summer Scath in anything in a long time. So is it just Scath changing their Saint graph again? Because that's what they did in Summer 1. Kind of a dick move though. It's like kind of a violation of rights there. Can we see some of the other stages now, game? Thank you. Edmund is just like, hi, bye. I don't really get what the point of that. Wasn't really expecting that. Imagine if these were actual boss fights. Look, there's side content like in Gura Gura. They give you story supports if you could give them gimmicks to make it easier. They could totally have made good content in this event, they just didn't. And look, break bars, but it won't matter. Hey, look! That's cool! We're actually playing... Wait, why doesn't he get a... That's so lazy! They should have given him master skills. He's a way more competent master than us anyway. Why did they go? Come on, they could have been so much more fun with this. If you're gonna bother to put him up there, they could have, you know, given him 3 skills that were just designed for this. And you could, you know, you don't have to make it super complicated or anything. But that's stupid. Like, there's no point in doing that if you're not gonna have any fun with it. So he has an attack down, so I guess we kill him last. Although he is a berserker, but she's got crit, so. Maybe I should have cast that next turn because I don't have any stars and I don't want to do the star bomb until... You know what? Let me just cast this now. Still not considered on the water or near the water. Damn, not enough damage. I could have broken there if I had done the second skill, or even done Buster, Arc Buster, that might have worked. 300 damage. Yeah, good job, Kentucky. Really showing him who's boss there. Well, no point in star bombing now. I do like the harpoon throw. That was cool. And honestly, the sea monster looks way better than a lot of their other CGI monstrosities. Oh, come on, game! I was gonna, dude, I could handle it. I absolutely could have handled that. I was gonna NP her with the second skill and have crits, and that would probably kill her, and then I would target switch and break Kentucky's health bar. Like, that's what I was setting up for. But like, now what's the point? Why did I bother saving my second skill if why are they like this? So I'm guessing he'll lose the attack down when you break his health bar, so I guess we'll save our second skill now. How disappointing, man. Alright, I'm gonna head out of these. We heal for 300. I think that is how they're trying to represent the master skills. The attack up, defense up, and heal per turn, that's probably what that is. But they should have just made it skills you could cast. I wish they put more effort into her NP. It's like, honestly, the monster looks kind of cool, and like the particle effects are fine, but like she just stands there, like it's pretty stiff. But like, right, that looks good. Like that's pretty cool looking. But yeah, overall, it's not the best. Sadly, the opponent didn't live long enough for us to do that, so maybe next time. If we would have seen it, if Ibuki didn't run away, because I would have NP'd her and then target switched to Kentucky, which would have been really cool. Yeah, I was just saying that, Cairo. It was so lame what they did there. I really hope in 3.0, so they said a while ago, Nasu wasn't sure if 3.0 was going to be brand new and like its own standalone story or if it was going to be connected to 2.0. And he had said in that interview that like 1.0 and 2.0 were originally designed to end there. There wasn't supposed to be a 3.0. So he said to me 2 plot outlines for 3.0, if it's connected and 1 if it's brand new. And so I hope they do something brand new, because if it's not supposed to have a 3.0, we shouldn't, and they should just make a new story then. And you know, I think a fresh setting would be pretty cool and everything. And what this is total pipe dream, pure copium. Like, I'm on the good stuff right now. But it would be really nice if the format of 3.0 allowed us to like pick our master and they have different abilities and stuff. And then you could even, like, for certain things, you could just switch them around. And what you could do for the main story is maybe you see different main stories from different characters' perspectives, right? Maybe you do one that's, like, very Mage Association based, and maybe you, like, have Bazette as the master, right? And then she has her own skills there for that story. And then once you beat it, you have Bazette as, like, a pickable master for, like, challenge quests and all the other content. And then you do another story later, and it's, you know, set in, like, the past, and you have some other, you know, character you could use as the master, and you could, like, mix it up. So you know, sometimes you could have main stories revisit the same characters, but, you know, you can also have the opportunity to have stories from different perspectives. I think that'd be awesome, because you have a lot of options there for storytelling and settings, and you have a lot of variety, potential, and that kind of thing. But yeah, they're not gonna do that, because it's too much work, I think. Copium overdose indeed, but dude, that would be awesome, and like, especially having to have like, different masters you could use you know, outside of the main story. That would be really cool. And it's not even that far-fetched in terms of assets, like art assets. I mean, other games do way more extreme things than that. Honestly, whenever I compare Epic 7 and like the effort they put into their art and everything compared to FGO, and the fact that FGO makes so much more money than them, it's just like, what the fuck is DW doing, right? Like, how are they not, you know, capable of doing more animation updates? I swear they just need to hire more people. Like they even said that they were struggling to do animation updates recently because they've been working on too many new servers, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense when you look at the pace of this game compared to others. So I think it's clearly a staffing / experience issue. Yeah, I think Time Moon probably does bottleneck the workflow. It does kind of seem that way from what's been said recently. And then also just Aniplex being terrible overlords. Was that it? Was that a Buki? Or no, I mean Ibaraki, excuse me. I kind of skipped through that real quick. I might have just been seeing things. Nope, no, that's Ibaraki. Yeah, Wild Banana. Suddenly, it's Lost Ball 5.5. Is this the first time Ibuki's been used for something outside of the main story? Because she was not in the main story very much. She kind of showed up, died, and left. Kind of weird when your first, like, more casual appearance where you can just speak like a, yeah, and, you know, not... Because she seriously was not in 5.5 much. Kind of weird having your first showing like that being in a summer event of all things. Oh, hi, Gareth. Man, I haven't seen Jekyll and Hyde in anything in ages. Man, more copium, but I would love a prototype event that not only added Proto Gilgamesh and gave a Proto Q animation update, but they could do so much. They could give an animation update and buff the Jekyll and Hyde, and then they could add the full regular version of Jekyll and Hyde. And you know what's so messed up is FGO even has acknowledged in the story multiple times that Jekyll and Hyde Saint Graph is messed up and it's not his like true, you know, power and self and everything. So it's like begging to add his proper, you know, self from Fate Prototype, but they're not going to because he's too similar to what they added. It's just, which is bullshit, right? We have this watered down version. And same thing for Vlad, you know, they give us this made up Berserker Vlad nonsense, like, oh, we don't need to add Lancer Vlad because it's so similar to Berserker Vlad, even though Lancer Vlad's the original. Like, are you kidding me? But yeah, I think the same thing's gonna happen to Jekyll and Hyde, and like a super famous legend and really powerful servant and everything, but I don't think he's gonna get anything. I think at best, we'll at least get an animation update for Jekyll and Hyde. Chat, do you think there's any world? Oh my god, I want to say this isn't copium or hopium, either one, but I think it probably is. But I want it not to be. Is there any world where we have like a Fate Prototype event? Now that's probably going to happen eventually. It might take a while, but I do think we're going to have a Fate Prototype event someday. So is there any world where in this Fate Prototype event, we get an animation update for Jekyll and Hyde? And that, again, that's reasonable. That could happen, right? That's not crazy. And then the buff is in P, and that's not crazy either, but now this is where it gets crazy. The buff is in P, and they add in the werewolf stuff, and they like work that into the story, like his Saint graph gets repaired or whatever, and it's more his proper self now, right? That's copium. I don't think the other stuff's copium at all, but that's fucking copium, right? That's not happening. So I like how his NP is sealed right now, so he can't go hide mode. I'm guessing that'll go away eventually, though. I guess they're supposed to fight. I think it's a debate. If you attack Jekyll right now, it's like bad. Although they're gonna make this so easy, you probably can't lose. But that'd be cool if you like. He's only 11k, right? You could break it like it's nothing. But then I would expect to get rid of the stun and the NP seal. I'm guessing the reason he's stunned is he's trying to restrain himself so he doesn't turn into hide. Man, I would love an actual story and an actual boss fight, right? Where you have Canis run into Jekyll and Hyde, and then Jekyll and Hyde actually turns into Hyde, right? Because Hyde is so powerful and his, personality is interesting, right? That'd be a really cool encounter there, but you can't have nice things, so. Hyde is normally relegated to gameplay segments only, never actually showing up in like the interludes or whatever. And is ultimately very low impact, which is such a waste of his character. Alright, we'll cast this for the stars, and I'm thinking I'm not going to need the survivability, and before I regret that. See, I want to break now if I can, though. You know what, let's go gas, gas, gas. They don't have enough health for me to try to stockpile stars. How did I do it? Probably more damage than I needed there. Could have done like Buster Art. Why did she burn herself? Before sunburn? Oh, I bet you it's because she's burning up because she's in armor in summer. I bet you that's what they're doing there. I couldn't read the skill name, obviously, but I bet you that's what that was. No, circulation in there. See, imagine if this was a real boss fight and these things were impactful. That would be great. Alright, we obviously save our NP. Now, what would be really funny is if you break his health bar, he instantly transforms, and Buster crits us and kills us. Although we have guts. Oh, well, there's part one. Why couldn't this be a real boss fight? This could have been cool, man. He did crit us, but it wasn't a Buster crit. Imagine giving yourself a giant Buster up that lasts forever, but then you don't do a Buster attack. Like, I think he did a quick crit there. He did a quicker art, but that was absolutely not his Buster. So if he had done Buster there and then he attacked again with Buster, I think what I said actually would have happened. That's unexpected. Dude, does he not do the interlude? If he doesn't have the interlude, he's got the other Buster up, like before they buffed it. That's so sad. Dude, I can't. His original NP is so laughable. It's still laughable, but the original is just like, what were they thinking? Stream sniping. He messed it up though. Let's see, Canis comes to NA in like 6 months, 7 or 8 months, probably more than that. Because alright, you got 5-1 to do still, and she's in 5-1 as a boss and everything, but she's not summonable. So you got a little ways, probably like 8 months, something like that. His gameplay in FGO is laughable. Unfortunately true. Man, they could do so much more with Jekyll and Hyde in this game. Oh my god, every time I click and hold to go through the dialogue faster, a text box comes up. Oh my god. And like when you click and hold, it doesn't cycle through the first like dialogue as fast as it would if you were click spamming, so. Very frustrating. Because 7 months, it's not as bad. They could do a lot more with a lot of characters, that's true. Oh, she's back. Napoleon, wasn't really expecting to see that. I guess it's because they're in from Lost Belt 2. Like the whole reason. Gang's all here indeed. They're probably only going to be in this story and no other though. That was interesting. Well, they're not getting along. Dude, Summer Surtur, let's go. Hit the beach. Are they actually getting into a fight right now? Gang's all here. Yeah, that pretty much was a Lost Belt 2 reunion there. Surfer Surtur. Oh, you just fight the Valkyrie. Oh, there's 2 waves though. Oh, they sided with us. Huh. I kind of forget that Summer Sigurd exists. Can you not and instantly delete Brunhilde? Valkyrie problems, by the way. That's concerning. Let's see if I can just kill them right now. There we go. Alright, we're fine. I guess Napoleon, yeah. 96%. Are we not 10, 10, 10? Such nonsense. Brunhilde could just kill them all if she had her NP right now. This music is so dramatic and it's just beach fights. So I'm guessing lore-wise, like all of Chaldea is just like hanging out for summer and are scattered all over these islands, and most of them aren't like partaking in the main story that's going on. But I'm guessing that's like the deal with these little side stories. Is there's just Chaldea servants all over the goddamn region. It's an invasion. Alright, we'll slow-mo NP here. I think this is stage 1, Brunhilde. I might roll a little bit on Summer Canis, but I mean, I just prefer regular Canis. I always prefer the serious versions of the characters, so... There's the music! That's better! That's what we needed. But I'm not gonna lie, the real reason I'm rolling, if I roll, is just I want to get coup. Like, I just want to get 3-star coup. So I'm kind of happy to have an excuse to roll on anything, but there's no world where I'm not grailing Summer Canis and going for NP5 or any bull, like, no way. Feels bad, Zaw. You got the rerun though, Zaw, so you can work that into your plans, because you know exactly when it'll happen. Oh my god. Dude, how come? I don't understand. Like, 'cause yeah, Kama's the 5-star. I don't want Kama at all, right? How come every time I roll on anything, the 5-star that happens to tag along, it's crap, right? Fucking Kiara, Himiko, Space Ishtar, like Himiko, just what the fuck? Like, just so much nonsense, like, and now Kama, like, ugh. And obviously, I don't hype a lot of 5-stars, but like, plenty of them I'm at least neutral about, right? Like, I'm at least neutral, so if I got something that I was okay with, I would, like, give me Aussie, right? Give me something like that, right? If I can think of plenty of 5-stars I'd be happy to get. And Morgan, I don't give a if it was regular Morgan, I'd be okay with it, but I don't care about Lost Belt Morgan at all, so that's not getting leveled. That was Odysseus. That's kind of a random thing here. Can we have the Greek gods show up now, please? Can we just have all of them show up and then they're actually the part 2 banner? Can we please do that? Just the Summer, Say, and Canis and Kama are later. They're actually part 3, and part 2 is actually all the Greek gods. That'd be great. Not happening, by the way. Oh, get that away from me. Canis generally hates them. Well, that's probably not the Lost Belt version of them, so... Wonder what he's going on about there. I'm just imagining Talos like hitting a beach ball. Like, this is fair. Like, volleyball match, let's go. He's had enough of his crap? Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, those side stories I don't think really do anything other than giving you like coins or the SQs like that. But that one didn't really do anything. A free chest though. Song's a little loud. Give me one moment, I need to refill my water. Talos versus Emiya, yeah. Yeah, like, wasn't it Ku and Emiya going like try hard in volleyball when they were fighting humans? It's like, yeah, that's fair, guys. Okay. Why does that Fuma not have an upgraded NP? I suspect it's because you haven't beaten Shimosa, and I know that feeling because my ult account I did beat Shimosa on so I could keep Masashi's old NP animation. Which means I can't get her upgraded NP though, which is really annoying. I'm always hoping that they'll just let you use her, like, pick which animation you want. But they don't let you. I'm saving the Raiko fight. That is a good fight. I wish I had saved that one actually, the Shoot and Raiko fight, because it's hard. Like, really, I truly wish I had saved that fight. That's a great stage for testing. But too late now. They're just gonna add story replay, right? Just gonna add story replay, no problem. Okay, now why is Phantom not have his upgraded NP? Like what's going on here? Okay, we'll use Phantom, but I'm gonna use my Phantom because he actually has his goddamn NP upgrade. Yeah, we could go for some Phantom of the Opera nonsense. It's been a while. The man, the myth, the legend. I cannot believe I actually have his skill ranks that high. All right, we'll stay in style here. We'll do the Black Grail. If Phantom loses this fight, I just uninstall. It's actually why I switched to default Mystic Code though. I'm serious, I switched to default Mystic Code because I wanted to heal to make sure I don't just get like crit a bunch and die. Because we're hurting ourselves with Black Grail, so I literally brought that as a safety net. Like if it was a different unit, I wouldn't have bothered, but because it was Phantom, I bothered. Oh fuck, I gave Leonidas the... Oh fuck. I gave him the event CE so he has evade. I know, dude. And some of Phantom's skills don't even change from 8 to 9. Like, there's no effect difference. It's ridiculous. Oh, we're in slow-mo. The background's pretty cool. The lighting change, because this stage has been used in the past, but with different lighting. The lighting change hides the horrible texture quality on the ground and such, so it looks better this way. Okay, at least... Man, Black Grail is the real threat here. You know what, we'll just make a bunch of stars here. Okay guys, I need you to crit Leonidas on your second attack. Can you guys imagine if Phantom of the Opera gets an animation update before Leonidas? Okay, they just attack 3 times, that's good. I'm starting to be a little concerned with our health. Like, just a little bit. It's not that bad, but, Okay, Phantom, I need you to kill this. You've got crits, you're counterclassing. Hey, that was close though! We have a craft essence with 2,400 attack on it because it's level 100. We're counterclassing, we had crits, and we barely killed that thing. Big yikes. Also, somehow we don't have our NP yet. Phantom, don't make me CS. I swear to God, we are not losing this. Now, if he didn't have Black Grail, I would not be confident that he was going to kill all of them. But because we have Black Grail, surely it will be fine. Oh, I'm starting to get worried, chat. Oh god, I'm starting to get worried. Remember I was saying the game's too easy right now, and like they're not adding any challenging content? See, this is how you make it harder. You just use Phantom. Black Grail is a detriment. Black Grail is absolutely a detriment. None of these enemies have enough health to warrant its damage, so it's just hurting us. And over this, it's been quite a few turns, so it's done quite a bit of damage. Okay, do I go for the... I think I kill them. I don't go for an NP, I just kill them one at a time. Phantom, do not fail me. If you don't kill this thing here, it is so bad. I'm gonna use the attack up on the other one, because I won't have crits for the other one. No, you garbage! This is why Christina went back to that other guy, right there. She just, whew. Oh my god, I might have to CS. Oh my god. Toxic. I'm not toxic. Doing that little damage, that's toxic. What a joke. If I had known he wasn't gonna kill there, I would have just gone for my NP over the 2 turns, and I could probably have won next turn. But I thought he would just kill that, and then I'd kill this one this turn, and everything would be fine. But he's all like, nah. Oh no. Chat, I think I have to CS. I think I have to CS. Like, I don't want to uninstall the game right now. It takes forever to reinstall JP. There's a chance he would live, because I could kill the big one, and he probably only has 2 actions per turn. And he only does about 1,000 damage. So I absolutely could live. But, yeah, I could NP and just win with that, but we'll do the heal. It feels more legit that way. Wow, the failure. I have no words, dude. I have no words. I don't think there's like the only other assassin that might do this bad, if they weren't Grails, right? If they were 8, 10, 8 like Phantom is, the only other assassin that might do that poorly is Charlotte, because their stats are just that bad, and her evade's not that good. So I could see Charlotte doing pretty poorly here. By the way, if our charm had come back a turn sooner, we could have used that, and we would not have needed the CS there. I'm not sure. Just someone look at the health. I'm not sure if we needed that or not. It's really close. It's right on the edge of if we had needed it or not. Good God. Do we, chat, do we zeet the app and do it with Charlotte? Are we that desperate for content? I actually am kind of curious. My Charlotte is, you know what? Fuck it, we'll do it. My Charlotte, though, is slightly more upgraded than my Phantom. I think she's 10, 10, 10, actually. I don't know, she might be 999. I'm not sure. I haven't used her in a while. Dude, I can't believe Phantom could have potentially lost that. What a joke. So, okay, Black Grail was unquestionably a handicap. That straight up made that stage harder. So do we just give that to Charlotte as well? Also, we should get rid of this. My God, does she not need it though? Like, it's so bad. You need starting NP, and then you don't need the damage, so it hurting you is just, it's bad. But if we want to be fair, I guess we have to give it to her. It's just, it's like the gimmick. It's the stage gimmick. You get your NP drained and you take damage every turn. How nasty. Oh no, she is 10, 10, 10. I'm actually kind of surprised. Okay, well, make sure she's FO'd. How am I scrolling down? Yeah, she's FO'd, okay. She an event servant here? I don't think so. Only her summer self. I mean, Pinth doesn't need to be buffed. Okay. Not exactly the start I wanted to see. Let me make sure I'm not crazy. I'm pretty sure her evade lingers. If it does, I'll cast it next turn. Want to make sure I'm not out of my mind here. Well, they haven't added that many assassins since Charlotte. Last 3 turns. Oh no, Chad, I'm throwing away my insta-death up. Another thing that I could have done to make this a lot easier for Phantom or Charlotte is just giving them the heal command code, but we're trying to make this hard, so. Jekyll and Hyde should do fine just because they can heal. The transformation, you just wait to transform for a long time. Like, it's actually fine. You just do normal cards to kill them, and when you get low, you transform and you'll be fine. No, obviously Jekyll and Hyde is not a very good unit, but he's being a 3-star gives him a stat advantage here, and just throwing Phantom skills didn't really do anything, right? So just throwing stats at the enemy is all that's really happening right now. So Jekyll and Hyde has the highest stats, and then the heal is actually good. And like not having NP damage can be bad, but the enemies here have so little health that you don't really care that you don't have NP damage. It's not a big deal. Meanwhile, she's like getting bodied by Black Grail. Uh-oh. Okay, we NP that. I guess I want Art up just for the Stargen and refund. Well, there's crit up. The worst one. Honestly, debuff resistance for her last 3 turns. I don't need the attack up, but I'd like to avoid those poisons and stuff. Her RNG is not that bad though, because every effect is good, right? Obviously it'd be better if you could just pick or got all of them or always got Art up or something. But compared to units that can just straight up get nothing, I'll take it, right? You at least, it does something, right? It's like you can just see it as if you get the worst one, it's like, well, the skill just gave you that skill, and at least it's something, right? Where meanwhile you can use, you know, Scats, Evade, and get no crit up or Star Absorb and things like that, or, you know, you obviously Imperial Privilege. This is not looking good. At least Brave Liz though, her other 2 skills are really good, and she's NP5 for free. Like I've always said this, Brave Liz is actually a good like budget saber because she has what like she without her 3rd skill, she literally had no 3rd skill. She still has everything you need. She has a really hard hitting NP because it's always NP5, and she's a 4-star. She has a big damage up skill, and then she has a hard survival skill. That's all you need out of a boss killer, right? Like all of the effects from her NP and her first 2 skills makes her a solid unit. And then the 3rd skill is obviously rarely useful, but occasionally it is. And that sucks, but she's actually way better off than a lot of units out there. Man, we are looking terrible right now. Can she do 27k? I can do the attack up and then kill 2, but I feel like I have to save that for one of the big boys. Our evade comes back next turn. I think I have to evade now. Oh, she is probably doing worse than Phantom, but I kind of called that. There is no world where Saber Liz is worse than Gilius. Who did that? I gotta know, who did that? That articulates what I always say about most of the tier lists out there. They don't know what they're talking about, and they don't play the game. If you sit there and fight, you know, big bosses, Berserkers, Lancers, or even at neutral, there's just no world where you use Saber Liz and she performs worse than Gilius. There's no way you've tested that and seen that result. It's not that hard. Even really hard challenge quests where you need a Saber Liz is a solid option. Again, she's not the best in the game. You know, Sitting Master's way better. Lancelot's way better unless you need hard survival. Like obviously there's better Sabers, but she performs solidly, right? Way better than Gilius. Gilius is a joke. Now Gilius does better than a lot of like the other meme servants, I'll say that. But seriously, let's look at Buster Liz, or Liz without her third skill, right? So she has invulnerability. That's basically the best survival skill in the game. So that's good. And then she gets 50% gain rate. Only for 1 turn, so it's a little limited, but that's still solid. That's a totally solid skill. 6-turn cooldown, pure invulnerability for 1 turn, and then 50% gain rate, okay? So that gives, if you're farming or something, you can use just for the gain rate and ignore the invincibility. Challenge quest, you mainly use it for the invincibility, unless you need to rush or NP. That's a completely solid skill, okay? Second skill, 40% buster up, that's pretty solid, and then a 20% defense up. Only for 1 turn, but it's some survival. Combining the defense up with the invincibility, she absolutely has better survivability than a lot of other sabers out there. Like a lot of the budget ones, you know, Caesar and even Bedivere, straight up better than that. She has magic resist, A, territory, creation, C. And then her NP has armor ignore, which is really good. Just a fact, armor ignore is one of the better overcharges or effects you can have on your NP. Sure, it doesn't come up all the time, it doesn't help for farming or anything like that, but there are plenty of bosses that it's super annoying because they have lots of defense ups and gimmicks and things like that, and she'll just completely get around that. I think like that, it is so slept on, the fact that she's NP 5 for free. So although her NP is unupgraded, she is now a 4-star, always at NP 5, so it's totally solid damage. And then she has armor ignore. So you get a big damage up, you get big NP damage with that buster up, and it armor ignores, and you have a survivability skill. Yes, that's not flashy. That's not flashy at all. That's, you know, it's basic but and straightforward. But basic and straightforward is good enough to get the job done a lot of the time. And again, I would never rate her as high as Sitting Master, you know, Yagyu, or Lancelot and stuff like that. Never rate her that high. But there's no world where she's weaker than Gilius. She is so much better than Gilius. And I think she's better, I think, than just a lot of people give her credit for in general. It's a totally... Where the hell did I rate her? I don't even remember. Let me look. Don't even remember my own tier list. Look, there's a lot of units. Let's see. I rated her... Where on... I can't even find her. A lot of 4 stars. I'm starting to think I don't remember what her portrait looks like because as I scan through this, I don't see it. What the hell? Where's I know I rated her. I don't think I missed anybody. There she is. I put her as low B. I think that's totally fair, right? Because B is not bad, but it's nothing exceptional, and she's low B. So it's like, yeah, she gets... How I see B tier, it's like they're good enough to do whatever they're designed to do. They fulfill their function, but they're not excelling at it. They're not like, you know, they're not bringing anything crazy to the table, right? And if you look at the other things I put in B, that's pretty much how it is. They do what they're designed to do. And then like the high B ones or mid B ones, generally might do a little bit better than that if they've got like a niche or they have some other options that occasionally make them better. Because I don't see B tier as bad at all. It's just, it doesn't excel, right? Like B tier is nothing like groundbreaking. But thinking about it now, if I rated it again, I might rate her a little bit higher than that. I don't think she'd be out. I think she'd still be B tier. I think B tier is fine. But I might rate her just slightly higher. So I place her too higher. I'd probably put Saber Alter higher now. I don't think Saber Alter had that buff though when I made that tier list back then. I don't think so. But yeah, that's ridiculous. There's no world where Gilius is better than Saber Liz. That's it. And then again, there's no world where someone has actually sat down, because both Saber Liz and Gilius are designed for boss fights and stuff. Neither of them are good for farming, right? Neither of them are good for farming. Liz is better for farming though, because she has the NP gain and stuff, and just straight NP damage. The last thing you want when you're farming is an NP that doesn't do damage. It's useless. So Liz is better for farming, but they're both not designed for farming, so they're both more about boss fights. There's just no world where you fight a Lancer boss, a Berserker boss, or a multi-class boss, so you're going to fight it neutral a lot, stuff like that. There's no world where Gilius performs better than Liz. There's no way. Unless you have some crazy contrived boss fight where it super rewards normal card damage and stuff like that. Yeah, Canis isn't D tier anymore. Now she's C+, so the joke is her name with the plus symbol in the middle of it, which is kind of funny. Okay, I can beat up the one with 7k just to get more NP gain. I think I have to do that. Charlotte, I clicked and it didn't switch! Fuck you, game! Well, it's not like we were gonna win anyway. I must say, like, it must not either not registered, because sometimes that happens, or I like clicked in the wrong, like slightly wrong spot on the screen. Well, we're probably screwed now. That's not throwing, it's only throwing if you were gonna win anyway. There's, even if I killed both of these right, like by this turn, like the two big guys show up, there's no, and I'd only could kill one of them with my NP. And I would probably have died on the turn that the attack, so I wouldn't even gotten to use it, so. Like at best, I could have killed one more enemy. That's all the difference it would have made. That did not go well. So there's actually one other assassin I can think of that could potentially fail this stage, and that is Sanson, because none of Sanson's skills do anything except for the heal. And now his stats are better than Motohari's, and by a noticeable amount, to be honest. Even though his attack stat is so low, the health stat's actually good here, and 2 stars have noticeably better stats than 1 stars. So Sanson I might be able to pull through, like just barely. Can't really test it though, because my Sanson is Grailed, and Grailed Sanson would fucking destroy it. But yeah, Black Grail is the real boss, true. But that's what Phantom had to put up with, so that's why we're sticking with it. I think Charlotte actually might have still lost even without Black Grail. Although if she had like Golden Sumo, she would have killed more, and she would have gotten her first NP sooner and started building towards the second NP sooner, and that might have actually been a win then. And same for Phantom. Phantom definitely would have won with Golden Sumo. Where are the Georges at? It's getting rarer and rarer to find Georges that have the Da Vinci CE. Because every time someone quits that had it, the amount of them just shrink. Because nobody gets it fresh anymore. So yeah, we got this Sanson, but those stats are so much higher, it's not fair. God, those Sanson's attack stat. Curse Arm could definitely do it. He has so much more survivability than the others, and he crits more, so he'll kill he'll pretty much always kill one with his normal attacks, so Curse Arm would be fine. Well, okay, Matahari. Yeah, Matahari wouldn't be able to do it either. Like, no way, because she can't charm them. Kojiro would be pushing it just because of Black Grail. Like, that's the, Black Grail might kill Kojiro, but he definitely has the better damage output, and he's got a better evade skill in that context. But Kojiro might actually fail too, just because of the Black Grail. You know, Angra might be able to do it because of his heal. The thing is, Angra's not proper counterclassing, so I actually think Angra would probably fail too. But that's pretty wild when you consider how easy this stage is. But yeah, you're finding all these units that can't beat it. Oh right, we might actually get our insta-death thing here. Because these are not like bosses technically, so that'll actually make Curse Arm way stronger here. Can Ku handle this? Yeah, even though he's at neutral, I don't think he'd have a problem at all. He's a little good. Kojiro really would be good as a 5-star. Because his toolkit's amazing, it's just his stats are mega yikes. He'll be great at 120. He'll be like a normal 5-star at 120, essentially. Like the 120 stats will pretty much put him around what a normal 5-star would have. I think he actually might still be a little bit lower. He might be like a 4.5 star, I'm not sure. If he's 2k foed and 120, he should, I think he'll be like a level 90 5-star. Where like Ku at 120 is a grailed 5-star in stats about. Like he's about the stats of a level 100 5-star, which is quite good. And he actually might be slightly better. I can't remember, but yeah, Kojiro is a 1-star though, so he's always objectively behind. Ku caster would get shredded because he is a caster, and these are riders, so that'd be a very bad time. I wish I had made a few more stars. Our crit chances. Not quite what I would have liked, but it should still work. Way better start. This Black Grail, though, it's chunking us. You guys got to attack 3 times like that. Thankfully, we still got more value out of that evade than any of the other ones because it's already on a 2-turn cooldown. And, like the other evades, if they don't attack, you just whiff the other hits of the evade, so we still got value there. I could do Art Buster, and if he crit, he might kill. I'll make less stars, but if I can YOLO and get a second kill, it's totally worth it. If he doesn't crit, this is bad, but I think it's worth taking the risk. Oh yeah, please get the insta-death. Come on, Curse Arm, this is your shtick. This is what they upgraded you for. Yes. Oh, yes. Personal scatty right there. If I had done quick art, he could have potentially looped. Why you gotta crit me? Why you gotta give me all these debuffs? Slightly concerned. I wonder if these big guys have more death resistance. It's hard to say. Now, if I crit, I can kill him, but my crit chance is kind of bad right now, so I think I go for one of the little ones. I'm trying to decide what to do with my NP here. I probably just use it. It'll one-shot them even if it doesn't insta-kill, but it is kind of a waste if you don't get the extra effect. These probably have death resist. Do I use my attack up here to get a double kill? Yep, I think I do. Although, you know what? If he did proc the insta-death, he wouldn't need it. Although that being said, if I proc the insta-death, I won't need to save the Mystic Code one either. Damn. No big value. Come on, 3 of a kind bonus. Whew, that was close. Definitely the right call to use that attack up. We're taking 1,000 damage because of Black Grail and the curse. And these are the last guys. Okay, next turn, I get my Star Bomb. I don't get my crit skill, though. So I think I try to kill with triple quick and then just crit him like crazy and finish him off. Curse Arm showing up the other bronzes right now. This was actually a fun little diversion, though. This was not bad. Yeah, I don't think Kojiro could do this, to be honest. I think the Black Grail would be too much for him. Like, he's got the damage, like, he can loop really smoothly, and he crits all the time. He crits more than Curse Arm. He absolutely crits more than Curse Arm. So he'll kill them a little bit faster than Curse Arm does. And he does have A evade, but I think the Black Grail will be too much for him. We should try it, though. Ow, fuck, I can't try it, though. I've never leveled my Kojiro skills, because I normally use Kai's or Noel's, and theirs are Grailed in 10-10-10, so I've never leveled my Kojiro skills. He's like 4-4-4 or something. Fuck. We can, here, let's confirm that we can actually kill this, and I'll zeet the app. I can go look at what his maths are, but I'm so stricken for lores right now that I doubt I can afford to level his skills this second. Close. Woo! He got it though. That's showing up Phantom and Charlotte. I mean, I get all of them would have won if he had used Golden Sumo or whatever, but he did it with Black Grail, so not bad, not bad. Dust and proofs, yeah, I can't handle proofs right now. I'm pretty much out. I think I do have the skill gems though. Chat, imagine using like Assassin Lee here and like how much easier that would be. Let's see, Kojiro uses Hero Proofs, Void Dust, and Bones. Thankfully though, the amount is pretty low. Like those are the big 3, so it sucks, but the amount is so low that it's really not that bad. But what really gets me is the lore and everything. Yeah, I can't do that yet. I will do it at some point, though. I'm probably going to grail my Kojiro eventually. Hey, Arjuna. Always love Arjuna showing up with the sip emote and everything, just hanging out. Very comforting. Alright, let's use a big assassin now. Let's get it over with. Oh, there's Jekyll and Hyde. Oh my god, even level 70, 100 face would be so much better. Did we show that off? Because she's not grailed or anything, and I can even use mine. Oh, here, look, we only have the one command code, so yeah, we'll do this. This is just vanilla, right? They're all free-to-play units, none of them are grail, nothing fancy. And, but I always say 100 face is the best one, so let's see it. Yeah, we don't have black grail though, but whatever, we'll just beat the stage here. She could do Atlas, she doesn't need it, but she can do Atlas. Do Leonidas there. Okay, hopefully they die. If you're going to use a single command code on her, that's the one. Either that or heal boost. Sometimes you don't actually care that much about landing the art up. No black grail, this is cheating indeed. Rigged. Her heal is so good with like what this stage is. George didn't die. Well, that happened to Phantom too. It doesn't really matter though because we got like no cards, so we didn't like benefit from it. If anything, it's bad because they get a free NP tick. Although I doubt she's gonna let them NP. Now that's a hand. Feels bad, man. Look at this value, it's so good. We don't have the art up, but I don't think I really need it. I don't need to loot this second. Although I will say, 100 face does lose value in fights where you fight different enemies because you don't get the art resist down, and that really adds up for her. It's less star gen, it's less MP gain, it's less damage. And she really likes all of those things. So like if we hit the one enemy, we would have made more stars there. And we would have had more NP gain. We might have even looped actually if we had had our art resist down. Actually, I guess I killed this one just because he's getting kind of close to his NP. I'm being kind of cocky here, but I think she can do this. Want the extra stars. Dude, she's so safe. Like, she'll take no damage this turn, and when she finally gets beat up, she can heal, and then her evade will be back, and then she can use the Mystic Code, and then she can heal again, and then she can evade again, right? It just... skills like that play off of each other, right? We have multiple survival skills, they buy time for each other. 199, yeah. Look at no event bonus, not a particularly damagey CE, and she's doing that much damage. And then her next MP would do even more because you'd have the art resist down. She is just shredding this. I will say, this stage is not like hard, obviously. Oh, I mean, tell that to Phantom. But it is, how do I say this? This is harder than the other like dumb stages in this event. Like, cause I'm actually able to play around and have some fun with it, where the other stages were just so easy you couldn't even do that. Yeah, Pimp does not need a buff. She's like, she's very useful in her role as she is. Shame that that removes my buff success chance because I can use my second skill right now if I want to. Although just for value's sake, we won't. We're about to win. I don't know why I'm min-maxing value right now, I just want to. Dude, she's doing so much better than I mean, like this. It's not even close. We're at full health, and again, this is she's not grailed or anything, right? This is just vanilla. Can't even touch me. And look, they can't touch me again because now I have evade. And then by the time I would get low again, the heal would be back, and that would probably buy me the time I would need for this to come back. Also, they're going to be dead before that anyway, but you get what I mean. Kinda good, by the way. And then she also does amazing in team context because she obviously loves to have buffs from like Castoria or whatever. Her toolkit is perfect for that. Yeah, I've seen people like, well, what if you don't get your art cards in a team setting? It's like, that's what supports are for. I'm annoyed that that guy lived there. Well, just to do it, we'll do our NP again. Yeah, it's even better when the enemy isn't dying so rapidly, because you get the extra NP gain in Start Gen. Can you imagine, hey Hex, but can you imagine if 100 Face had a battery? I would hate it if he did that, because that's what makes her different from Shiki, is Shiki gets more immediate, upfront, just straight value. Just boom, get NP, hit hard, there you go. Where 100 Face, in the longer the fight goes, will get more and more value, so 100 Face eventually will get ahead of Shiki. So short term Shiki's better, long term 100 Face is better. And then, but they're both decent in both scenarios, right? 100 Face is okay for burst, and Shiki's okay in the long run. But they're ultimately opposites, and that's good. That gives you reasons to use both of them. If they gave 100 Face a battery, there would be really no reason to use Shiki, and that would be dumb. Okay, that might be all of the side stuff we have to do. Open our chest here. And let me look at how many points we need to have for tomorrow. I like to get that done before the next day so I can just start up the stream when I have time and get right to it. I think it was 15. It was either 15 or 15.5. Oh, it's 14. I already have enough. Right on the button. How about that? I'll do one free quest to just use up my AP. And then we'll either play this Thinno account. Yeah, I'll play this Thinno account a bit. We'll maybe do an account review because I haven't done one of those in forever. And then we'll do the Thinno account a little bit or something. And then I might do some Tales of Arise. Maybe we do 2 account reviews or something because we're so behind on that. Can you actually summon Scatties now? Not really, but because Truckcoon already had her slotted to begin with. Although this stage, I think actually does drop the bronze mat, so I really shouldn't be 3-turning it. I should bring all my bonus drops. Wait, is Canis the only summer servant without battery? My god, what a joke, dude. Well, how has it come to this? Let me guess, everyone says she sucks because of that. And truly, she is not the best 4-star by any means, but no battery D tier. Dude, I love that list where they kept her as D tier for a while or whatever. And then all these positives listed, and then 1 negative, and it's like, yeah, D tier, worst unit in the game. It's like, that don't make no sense.
なんだと
So if you fight assassins that have more health and you have a problem with getting battery, you can just use the Babylonia Mystic Code, because the one turn it gives you the battery, and then for the next turn it gives you the NP gain up. It's actually pretty handy like that. I don't know why I'm casting his attack up. The enemy has 32k health. Like, oh no. We just used 100 face and now we're murdering her. Betrayal. Okay, that got rid of my AP. Now let's go to some account reviews, and then we'll go from there. Man, this event is kind of a snores fest, but oh well. All right, let's see. Who do we got here? Oh, we have Hex, and Hex just showed up. I didn't realize that I'd already downloaded Hex's. All right, well, time to do Hex's count review. Feels good. All right. Let me move the screen here. Oh boy, what is this? What do we got here? Whale review? Yeah, I know Hex whales some. I like the emote there. All right, what do we got here? Hello, I'm totally new player. That's a lie. That's stuck on the starting golem fight. Please help. Yeah, the tutorial. I always like to try to do as much damage there as possible before the game makes you NP. It's a fun thing to do when you like re-rolling. Started off playing NA only, making a JP account, and started free to play aside from GSSR before eventually spending money on the few banners here and there that I really wanted. Is this the JP account then? Outside of the support-based servants and low stars, I mostly try to focus on rolling and investing heavily on different servants between my two accounts, so I guess you want to level different things on the different accounts. For more unique experience when beating challenge quests and story content when they're in NA. I don't focus on any particular kind of gameplay, just using the servants I like and the servants that can support them in whatever kind of setup I want to use for that fight. Some servants are randomly leveled and might have random skill levels because I probably dumped excess lottery XP into them, or used them for a tower event, or used them because they were an event bonus. I used them early on. Passive skills are written underneath. Boy, that's probably the first account that's ever done that. For servants with them unlocked, NP ranks are written in red. Blue may give Grail to them in the future. Green will get them to at least 100 in the future. Purple may Grail past 100. So Hex, I'm assuming purple is your favorite color because that's a purple whale. Your name in chat is purple, and then the Grail target. That's some flavor right there, Chad. You know, a few seconds of thought went into that. And instead of just picking random colors to represent the Grail thing, the one that he wants to Grail the most is the purple one, right? Yes, this is JP. Okay, we got it. Please help. I can't beat it. What the hell? If chat can guess what the servants I've grailed to 100, I'll gift a random chat member a sub. No looking at my support list to cheat. Do I get to guess? So I get he obscured their art, so you only get to see a little bit of it. Do I get to guess, or does it have to be chat? Yeah, I can see Muramasa there. This is so funny. Because there's so many people in chat, though, you'd have to give them like a real time limit. So I'm trying to see if Hex will let me pick or not. Because I'm not even gonna read chat. So Hex, give me an answer here. Yay or nay. You can guess. Okay, so let's see. I'll start with the ones that I know. Let me turn my mouse cursor on for this. I should be doing that anyway when I do account reviews. There we go. Okay, so this is Hokusai, because that's really clear there. That's Hokusai. That is. I'll come back to that one. I think that's an alter ego. That is also an alter ego. That's King Potato Chips. That's what that one is. That's Izo in his costume. That's red hair. That's Muramasa. I think this is Avenger Ushi. I'm not sure about that one. I think I might be wrong on that one. I'm not sure what that one is off the top of my head. I'm guessing maybe you, but I like the bottom. The saber. What is this one? I'm at a loss on this one. Saber. The eye looks like a waifu, so we got that. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank on this one. I'm not sure what this one is. And then this one, it looks like is that a Liz? Because it looks like Alter Ego, but the Alter Ego Liz is Mecha Liz, so it can't be that. What is this? Like I don't think it's Mecha Liz because the mouth doesn't look like Mecha Liz. I don't know. I don't really know what this one is, and I don't know what this one is. These two, I'm drawing a blank here. I'll make a YOLO guess here. I'll say. Why am I having trouble with Alter Ego? Because there's so few Alter Egos. I shouldn't be struggling with this. Let me think. Okay, this one, let me think. It's Blue Eye Saber. Blue Eye Saber. I'd say Joan of Arc, but she doesn't have a saber version. Frankenstein? That doesn't look like her art at all, though. I don't know about this one down here, though. I don't know what this one is. Maybe it's not Alter Ego. No, it looks like Alter Ego. Who the hell? I don't know why I can't think of like who would have a mouth like that. I would think Liz, but the Mecha Liz doesn't look like that, so it's not that. I don't know about this Alter Ego. I don't even know what to say because I can't think of an Alter Ego that looks like that, and I know it's not Mecha Liz, and I literally cannot think of an Alter Ego that looks like that. Maybe it's a Final Ascension that I'm like just forgetting. But I literally cannot think of an Alter Ego, so I don't even know. I can't even think of a YOLO guess. I just give up. I got no guess for that Alter Ego there. I don't know what it is. All right, hit me up, Hex. What's the maybe the next picture just shows them. Let's see. It is Mecha. What the fuck? It's her Final Ascension. I didn't realize she opened her mouth in her Final Ascension. Fuck. That's stupid. Dumbass. Get that dumb can't sing a lick piece of tin can trash nonsense. Who the fuck? God damn it. I was so stumped on that. I just could not think of an Alter Ego that would have that dumbass mouth expression. Because I just absolutely didn't think Mecha Liz looked like that. Fuck. Well, let's see. I think I got everything else right. I think I did well. I mean, I got all the other ones right. Yeah, I think I got everything right here. Yeah, I got Hokusai, potato chips. The chat, chat obviously was going to get it though because they have so many people guessing. But thank you, Hex, for the gifted sub. That was really unique. I can't even imagine how you thought of that, Hex. Like that was super unique. Give bells, please. I know that feeling. I had to farm Burgess to 10-10-10. Still need more bells for Burgess. Yeah, I know, right? And Lolly Dragon ate all of them. Lolly Dragon ate all of them. That's why you don't have them for Burgess. I want to get Bedivere to NP5 eventually. I'm surprised you don't have that. Artoria would be NP2, but burned the second copy early on since the rare prisms for Mona Lisa and Anniversary Blonde were useful to me at the time. Do you regret that decision, Hex, or do you not like Artoria enough to really mind? I'm actually good on bells now. Feels good. I guess the stages do have a decent prop rate. So you got Super Muramasa there. I think I've used your Muramasa before for something like on stream. Kind of, but not really. So yeah, no big deal, I would think. Because you got other good options. So you got Muramasa for farming, you got Frankenstein for single target, you got the twins, although their skill ranks are terrible, but I'm guessing you don't really care about them that much because they're MP1. You got Shiki. You have, I'm sure there's no way you have problems farming on this account. You have so many options. You got Grail Burgess. Oh, and NP5. Damn. You got that. Not Virgil. Saito is Saito Kojima, I think. He's almost 10-10-10. Getting there. That Mev is pretty scuffed, but I honestly I wouldn't prioritize leveling Mev either because she's not that good, and it's Mev. So who cares? Sitting Master, waiting on that lore. He's only NP1. That's kind of an oof. Oh wow, your Bedivere is only NP1, so you've never really rolled like Story or Saber Banner or any of that stuff. Then really, I would imagine. You got. I like how Caesar's 60 out of 70, but you don't need the budget sabers if you're willing to use the rarer stuff. You have. I mean, you have so much AoE and single target with what you already have. So, I got that Jason up though. Unlimited curse. Wait, what? David's second skill is 10, so you can't roast me. I mean, if you pass the David test, you pass the David test. I mean, like, you know, what more do you need here? Let's see. No idea why Kid Gill is 222. That is pretty random. I'm guessing you don't really like Kid Gill that much, and so that is pretty weird. Rip blue gems. Sith will get Grail to 100 when I get more Grail, since the curse stacking and quick looping with her is fun. Will unscuff Jane and regular Tristan skills at some point. Tristan really is worth leveling. I really stand by that. Like, he just offers you so much value. He gives you the team-wide evade, he gives you team-wide buff from clear, or debuff clear, which is super good on its own, and then he removes the enemy's buffs, and he does crit down, and he has sure hit, and he has an upgraded NP, and he has a giant battery, and he has a damage up. Like, it's just so much stuff. Like, the enemy buff removal, and then the friendly debuff clear for the entire team, like, that is just so good. That's so good. But yeah, you got David and you have Sith. So David and Sith obviously have great synergy as well. I do think Tristan and David are a better combo than Sith and David, but it's still good. And you got that big Say. Well, Say must Say Stan, excuse me, must approve because you've got 10-10-10 and NP2. That's completely respectable. You know, NP2 is always enough, I would say. So you got maximum Ilya. That you got like the best assassin killer in the game right there. Like to this. Oh wait, no, that's Archer Ilya. What am I saying? Of course, I'm wearing the caster slot. I'm tired. I don't question it. Anyway, so we have Chiron. He's scuffed as fuck though. Well, not as fuck, but he is pretty scuffed. Calamity Jane's scuffed. Nightingale's scuffed. Robin's scuffed. Lot of budget scuff. Like, look at that Billy. Look that. I gotta give you some shit for that. But Billy not good enough for you, eh? Fucking 1-1-0. 50-50 feels bad, man, but you've got so many strong units on your account, it's not like you actually need them. Let's see, what do we got here though? You got Chloe maxed out. Oh my god, you have Helena maxed out. Who maxes out Helena? So tell me, Hex, tell me, has that ever at any point been useful? Have you ever been like, oh yeah, glad I got that maximum Helena, that really carried? Has that ever happened? She was like my first archer, so I guess she was useful in just being an archer at that point. Because, yeah, she doesn't exactly have the best gameplay out there. Although it could be worse. She does have, you know, basic stats, and you know, she can do generic AoE damage, so it's not quite as bad as some people make it out to be, but it is rather unimpressive. How can a big, cute, fluffy thing like this possibly be a threat to humanity? True, that's a good point. It's obviously slander. What did you use as your DPS against Fluffy, by the way? May level Romulus. He is really good for just general gameplay and farming and everything. Like, he's a pretty nice unit there, I would say. Romulus skills alongside Boudica at some point to mess around. Yeah, that is a fun combo, but with low priority, and Kido's skills would probably be maxed out if I had known Fluffy was threat to humanity. Did you use Yang? Yang is really good there, though. Yang really is good there. So did you beat Fluffy and never realize that he was threat to humanity? Did you just like go super ham on it and get it over with really fast? So Fluffy was a threat to humanity, but I went in blind and also forgot he was in P2, so used other servants. Lolly Dragon will get Grail to 100 at some point. Percival and New Ked will get raised at some point, you know, Zosh. Where is everybody here? So what is... So you have Parvati, but you didn't even level her. You have NP5 Percival, but didn't even level him. I have to give you some shade for that one, because you clearly liked him enough to roll that much, although I guess maybe you were rolling on other stuff, because he was rated up with other things. Let's see here. So Fionn is NP2, but he's only 111. But you don't, honestly, if I were you, like if you already have Melt, it's like you don't really need it. If you're planning on leveling Percival anyway, I mean, there's your farming, right? Karna, Percival, Melt, that's all the AoE farming nonsense you're ever going to need. So no need for Fionn unless you like him. Let's see, oh fuck, I got her too! Chat, I was just talking earlier in the stream, every time I roll in a 4-star, I get the 5-star twice. I got her twice. And again, never leveling her. Oh my god, man, it happens so much to me. And then you know if they add like Henry V as a 5-star, not happening, but if they ever did that, I wouldn't get him, right? God damn it, man. Well, you got Max Q though, gotta give props to that. You got 10-10-10 there, so a good budget option, good, you know, backup. But you have a lot of 10-10-10 Lancers. You got AoE and single target, because you got the Lolly Dragon, and you got, and you're probably gonna Grail it at some point, and you got, you. So, and Enkidu, you should get that Enkidu to 10-10-10 though. He's just so good so often. So many niches. Best horse. Yeah, I remember you grailed your red hair before the anime memes and everything. Like you had that so quickly. You were like jumped on that really fast. Red hair is the best servant. He gives you a plate of carrots for his Valentine's CE. I mean that's pretty good. Like I mean, Chad, I don't know if you can find a better servant than that. And a bucket of them for his Bond CE. Other servants might be helping you save the world, but this dude looking out for your health. Yep. Might Grail Herbertrot or Europa down the line. Those are strange picks. You don't see that very often. Herbertrot pulling out Black Barrel for her NP is ridiculous. Yeah, I really do like that NP. It is funny. She seems like she has some solo potential. Yeah, absolutely. It really does. Maybe not the best in the game or anything, but it's totally solid. Europa 2, I feel like she flies under people's radar compared to other riders. Yeah, she really does, and it's because when she was added. I don't think Europa is game breaking, because you do have things like Aussie and Achilles and stuff like that, but Europa is solid. She's absolutely not bad. So we got super red hair, we got Maid Alter for single target. So Herbertrot's already got one of her passive skills unlocked, I see. And Europa's even got one of her passive skills unlocked. I guess that's what you used her second copy, or MP2, so you have some coins there. I forgot to look at the other servants for that. I like how basically no one on any account has those maxed, other than the whales, obviously. Wait, I skipped ahead. So for your budget stuff, you got Ushi, you got Medusa. You do have Alex. You should probably get him to level 70, keep his skills at 111, but it's just good to have the buff removal. It's either that or level Tristan, because Tristan has buff removal as well. But that's a really, really good niche to have. Got, was it the Yuri Pirates, I think? Right there. I think that's their final ascension. It's really hard to see, actually. You got George, his skills are in good shape, so no problems there. You got that trap face upgraded. Got Black Barton way up. Ricky, though, who doesn't level Ricky? How are you not gonna level up a friend? What are we doing here? I don't think Red Hair would approve of this. You gotta at least get the boy to level 70, right? Like, damn. All right, what do we got here? We got Miss Crane. That's a kind of a rare one these days. Give caster gems and bones. Yeah, that's I think that's everybody. That's common problem. Starting to run out of gold caster gems as well as bones, bullets, and the blue orbs. So some skill levels on lower or lower than I'd like. Only just rolled Asclepius. He will get raised. He's so worth leveling unless you have like literally every other anti-debuff servant. Do you have Martha? Nope. So yeah, you're definitely gonna want that Asclepius because you don't have a lot of options for that. You could always level Tristan though, because he gives you team-wide debuff clear on top of all that other nonsense. Scatty and Castoria were the only support casters I initially rolled for. Plot Monk was all from random spooks. I know that feeling as well. I don't think I have her at NP3 and it was just all spooks. Maygrel Casterku, liked him a lot, but never had him MP5 on either account until now. And yeah, you got that buff on JP. So if you're gonna grail him on somewhere, do it on JP. You get some fun stuff there. So yeah, Miss Crane's pretty rare, and it's really nice. that Ms. Crane is best used when she can work with other OP supports, like Scatty and Castori and everything, so it's good that you have those. She is an okay support in her own right, though, if you just use her as like straight value, but it's nothing... It's not nearly as good as Merlin or Castoria. Oh, you have Merlin too, actually, jeez. But she's okay. She's fun to mess around with, but she's nothing game-breaking by any means. Yeah, you do have Ilya, so I called that right earlier. You do have Ilya. Only NP1, but even in NP1, she's good at boss killing. I imagine Plot Monk is probably better, though. I think Plot Monk at NP3 does better at killing assassins than Ilya does. Though that may change depending on like what kind of team comp you have and stuff. Merlin was my first GSSR on this account. That's really lucky. I think a lot of people would kill for that. That's super lucky. Oh, you have Waver too! You literally have every OP support. So yeah, I guess Miss Crane that actually works well for you, because you can cycle through them all a lot. Jeez. Yeah, you have every single meta support. So you got Medea, so there's a debuff clear. Yeah, really, you should level Asclepius. I'd make that as a decently high priority. Like, just Asclepius is super good. And your account definitely could use the utility. But yeah, you've got great options for farming, single target AoE, like you want for nothing, obviously. Give Izo his hat if you know what to, you want to, DFW, excuse me, I can't fucking read. Dude, I am so tired right now, like, god damn it. I don't even know why I slept bad last night, kind of sucks. I'm hoping I can finally get some sleep tonight, though. I hate when I'm tired, right? It's like harder to concentrate and see things properly, right? Like, drives me crazy. Anyway, so we got Maximum U there, NP5, and she's performing so much better on JP these days. Like, that buff she got was just awesome. She's doing really good. So you got her for AoE, Izo for single target, you even have Vench for support, so again, all the meta supports. Jack and NP3, 10, 10, 10, that'll fucking kill anything. Izo and you are my go-to above 100 eventually. You may go above 100 eventually, I can't read again. Probably not all the way to 120 because it's so many grails and so much XP. Yep, yeah, Izo's costume is really nice, and I love the attack voice line. Yep, it's 10 out of 10. My favorite regular ascension, though... Wait, you said Izo's first stage is your favorite ascension. Jack was my random spook, was from Random Spooks, and she was my main assassin with along with Izo and Shiki, which I used to beat Bull of Heaven. Yeah, that'll get the job done. Even though Bull of Heaven's not female or anything, Jack is still really good there, and so is Shiki. Oh my god, I'm so tired. This is where I put my costume if I had one. Thankfully, they added it later, so yeah, you can see how old this account review is. It took them a while. It was really weird, though, because they added the veil for the dragon, but they didn't add it for Morgan. They ended up adding it later, and I think that's because they were not originally planning on adding the veil version of Morgan. I do not think they were planning on doing it. I think they ended up doing it because they had so much feedback to do it. Which, I mean, at least they did it, so it's good. Morgan was a servant I really wanted in FGO. Well, you got her in B3, so good enough to pretty much do anything with. After seeing her design in APOC, which thankfully they actually used that design, I'm happy her design was close to APOC 1. Sadly, though, her character wasn't so much. Yeah, I know that feeling. Will NP5 her and Grailer to 100 eventually. Nightingale was a spook while trying to NP5 Morgan. Initially, Pinth, Bunyan, and Hans carried me through most of part 1 when I started JP. Yeah, that works pretty well. That's a fun combo. Because Pinth even has the debuff immunity and the really fast charge. And Hans can cover your ass, so that'll get the job done. So, all this time, though, Bunyan is still just 999, so no lore dedication there. So, you've got Dino Mom. You don't see that every day. And she's in P4 and 10, 10, 10. Nobu. So your single target, out of the single targets you have, I think Jerker would be better than them if you get her to 10, 10, 10. So you could do that if you care to, but I mean, you're fine. You have plenty of good single target stuff. And then your AoE is obviously Morgan, so that murders everything. Surprised your Pinth isn't 10, 10, 10, all things considered. Only an NP1. After all that rolling, you'd think you'd gotten one spook. That's unfortunate. That is so many extra classes! God damn it! Most of the time we go to the extra tab and there's like, you know, 2 things, you know, it's like hardly anything. It's like the bare bones and like 2 extra. This is like every goddamn, oh, she's in P4 now, but it's like every goddamn extra class. Jesus Christ. I ran out of ideas for things to put here. Also going to build, yeah, Also going to make a blind emote sometime soon. Does chat green want blindfold Medusa? I'd be okay with that. I would do Medusa over Castraku because Castraku only has the one eye patch, right? So it doesn't work that well for blind. So Medusa works so well for that. Going to slowly get Avenger Ushi to 120. That's gonna take so long. She'll be so strong though. Oh my god, she'll be so strong at that. An MP5 her, but only have enough grails to get her to 110 at most. So holding off for a while. Hokusai was my first NP5. Dude, it took me so long to get an NP5 5-star. It was Achilles. It took so long. It was Achilles, and then my main account eventually got Mordred from the free 5-star ticket. I really like her since art is a big thing for me, Voyager. I ended up getting to NP4 while trying to get Dino Mom to NP5. I like his attack animations where he drifts a moon buggy. Yeah, I really like his stage 3. It's great. Into the drives a moon buggy into the enemy. Mecha Liz was my early grail. I used her a lot. She was my Abby killer. Yeah, she's good enough to take out Abigail, so it does make that fight a lot easier. Because a lot of people nowadays might not even have an alter ego for it. So your skill ranks are quite high. Mothman's almost 10-10-10. You got lots of AoE and single target. You got Passion Lip 999. That's really good. You got Yang. Oh, that was your Fluffy killer, which is really good. Yeah, I'm not surprised you beat Fluffy. I mean, you've got Yang, which is more than good enough. Got MHXX, things like that, and you just have every meta support. I mean, there's no way you're not gonna wreck Fluffy with all that. So what? You got Drunken Jolter. Oh no, is this one of those accounts where you got Drunken Jolter but you didn't get Golden Sumo? Because Drunken Jolter was right after Golden Sumo. The main Cs I use and I have leveled. I don't want to go through and screenshot all of them, even though most of them aren't relevant anyways. I have a few K scopes, but no super scope. Feels bad. I'm surprised you don't have a super scope with like how long you've been playing and everything, and you've wailed a few times, so that's unlikely. A few 2030s, Prism Cosmos, no Golden Sumo. Feels bad since Sumo since it was before I started playing JP. It must have been right before. But I have the rare prisms for it if they ever add it to the shop. Maybe someday. I have pretty much every non-limited 3-star and 4-star CE, MLB, Jeweled Sword, Rito Temple, and Dragon Meridian. It's Ley Line. This is even a JP account. Don't you start with me. The 3 main star, 3-star ones I use if I wanted to save on team costs. Yeah, they're practical. They actually are. In terms of bond CEs, the most useful ones I have is the Merlin and Scatty. Yeah, the support ones are like the only ones that are worth doing. I always get George's ASAP. It's so worth it to slap him in the back row from the beginning of an account and just get it done quick. It's pretty easy. That's a respectable apple count. That's a lot of bronzes, dear God. Typically don't use apples to farm at all unless it's a lottery or the end of an event and I need to catch up. Yep, that's exactly what I do, pretty much. I had about 100 more gold and silver Appers Prowls, lost belt 6. Bell hell? Did you seriously use that many gold apples to get all the bells you needed? That's crazy. Oh, and also farming all the XP for 120, but still, that's brutal, dude. Woo! Well, your account's quite strong, though. I really would level Tristan, though. I think you really could use those options. So, chat, I really want to play Tales of Arise, but I am so tired. I think what we'll do is we'll play it a little bit, but I probably won't play it that much today. Just I am exhausted. Like I'm sure y'all felt it before. When you don't sleep enough, you got like that mental fatigue, right? Where your brain like it just doesn't feel right. It's very much how I feel right now, and it's not the best state to play a game like that. But I want to play it a little bit. We'll play it a little bit. So I think we'll wrap up FGO for now. You know, summer event doesn't give us a whole lot to do, unfortunately. But we'll play like a little chunk of Arise, and I'll take a break. It sucks. I really want to do stuff right now. I want to go mess around with Achilles. I don't think it can be done with 1 to 3 stars though. Like I don't think it can be done with pure 1 to 3. I mean, maybe if a lot of them are grails, then maybe, but it's pretty rough. But I want to do summer stuff. I want to get farming done on my ult accounts. I want to play some Art Nights. I play Tales of Arise, big time on that. But yeah, I'm super pooped right now. Yes, for those that are just here for FGO, I think we're going to switch over and play some Tales of Arise. And then we'll be doing more FGO tomorrow. Let me switch the stream title and all that. But thank you for hanging out, everybody that's just here for for FGO. Alright, we'll kill the music because we'll use the in-game music because I haven't heard a lot of it. And let me quickly reset the stream so the VODs are separated.